hour, me and Kingsley. Y'all know what we do here every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 here at WFBR 1590 AM. We strive to bring power, dignity, and class. I'm going to say class, it lasts all the time. Class is missing in our communities. King, we got a nice classy place around the community named CC Lounge. There's a lot of classy people coming there.
Yeah.
Black classy people try to uphold their class. You know what I say? Class is missing, King. It's like school on Saturday. No class, King. Wow, King, what a good week we had this week. You know, again, I say we can always talk about we can start off with all shows of what a bad week it was, or what this person did, or what a good week it was. We're living, we're striving, we're trying to do things in the world, we're trying to be citizens of the world. So, you know, we don't talk about bad things, but let's start off and let's act like we at least had some goodness in our weeks with us. You know, in our 5 days of this week, we had some fun somewhere. We didn't see all bad things and see all bad things. You know, again, I say, King, thank you, man. You know, we were talking in the car, King. I said, King, I wanted to start the show about taking people on a history of how nations get uprooted, get conquered, and things of that nature, how you get started. And the reason I brought that up, King, was because I wanted to talk about our folks, our community of people, and how a nation can be uprooted and destroyed in a certain sense, or just made to be chaotic. And that's what's going on, I believe, in our community, King. They have made our nation, our communities chaotic. And by doing that, you know, and how they did that, King, I say you know, there's no criticism on our other half or our children or anything. There's no criticism. There's no criticizing, but it's just showing and giving a map on how this started. You know, it started out a long time ago, and it said, get rid of the man. You didn't need a man anymore. Okay, you don't need the man in the house to run the house. We do know a house can still be run and everything without a man. It could be a single woman. It could be a man run the home. It doesn't have to be a partnership all the time to run a home. You know, homes can be ran successfully with single parents. We do know that. Good kids come from that. You know, I'm one of them. You one of them. You know, King. You know, so. But to destroy a nation, you start with the woman and the children. And that not what we see in our community? Exalt our women past the family. Exalt them past the family. That's the way I'm saying it. You know, I believe that they have exalted them, King, past the unit, the family structure, which then took away the discipline of the children. You know, Daddy was a structural system in the house. Daddy had certain things that he did every day. You knew Daddy, he had a cycle that he did. Daddy did the same thing consistently, King. Mm-hmm. You know, Mama is the one who wiggled because she had the children. She had to do some things. But Daddy, you knew Daddy woke up every Saturday and took care of the chores at the house, and you know, might have painted or might have cut the grass or things like that. Structural systems that Daddy kept in place all the time. They took Daddy out, right, King? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it means that type of authoritism came out of our homes and our communities, which left the children to have no structural, King, I'm trying to get this structural way of looking at life. So you're just winging it now. And what we see in the society is what we see. Our children are just winging it now. I mean, you're going out, you're committing crimes that don't make sense. I mean, 2 cars pull up on a man on a scooter. 2 cars full of people surround a man on a scooter. What could he have had on the scooter? You can see the guy when he fell off the scooter that he like, hey man, I ain't got nothing but a bag of chips. Go ahead, King. You got something to say about this real fast?
Sure. I mean, I've been telling you this for over a year now. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just a thrill.
Thank you.
Just a thrill.
It's
you have a caller? All right.
Go ahead, caller. How you doing today?
Hi, Newt. This your mom.
Hey, Mom, how you doing? We missed
I'm
you last
fine.
week.
I just dropped your Charles off at Bible study. I'm sitting in front of church, so I can't talk long.
Oh, okay. Something on your mind or something you want to talk about? What I was talking about, actually how you destroy nations, Ma. And how you destroy nations is that, you get to the women and children. They will conform to the next rule.
Well,
Go ahead, Ma.
That's true. And my heart is really saddened with what's going on with our country in all aspects of our country, because we talk about we a Christian nation, we love one another, God is at the center of all of it, but it is clearly visible within our sight that that's not true in a lot of areas of our lives. The love is missing, the kindness is missing, the concern for one another is missing, and we just do not care for one another. We don't love each other, and if we say we do, a lot of us are lying. Even in friendships, when you have a friendship and one or the other has a problem with the other, before one go to the other to try to find out if it's anything that I've done, if I said, let me know so I can apologize. But we go to someone else, or we go to other people and we discuss it before we go to the person that has actually been involved in the situation. And I look at what's going on over in the Middle East. We talk, okay, nobody wants to talk about it, because we don't want to get involved.
They scared though, Ma.
Because people will come after you when you make certain statements politically stated
about the Jewish situation. That's kind of what it is about the Jewish situation. Go ahead.
And I have a problem that we as a Christian nation is watching Israel kill these people over there. It's a lot of Palestinian people over there that has nothing to do with what those Hamas people did. And I saw on Facebook the other night, a white guy was giving a commentary on what he saw is happening. He was saying that we really don't know what the Jewish nation Israel has really done to the Palestinian people.
That's what they control the media. They control the propaganda. People are afraid to say anything. Ma, can you believe that they have a commercial on in the United States? Help fund, send money to Israel. Well, we know. We know. So the last 100 years, they keep finding trillions of dollars of Jewish money over in Swiss banks and all cross seas money, and you actually calling out for people from America really to help fund this massacre right now. Call it what it is. They are reliving the wars of the Bible. They are killing off the Philistines, the Hittites all over again. You heard what I said, Ma?
I agree with you.
They are reliving it.
Trying to.
When I see people asking for donations for Israel, it bothers me.
Yes, it does.
Because even our president, what is wrong with you? You are seeing innocent people being killed, and you want to send money.
Yes.
You want to send money to further this disaster.
That's this massacre.
And then but this is what gets me. But you go around bowing to the Lord.
Yes.
You are chanting to the Lord. You're singing to the Lord. But yet your heart is not in it. Your heart is bad. Your heart is disruptive. And I mean, to me, and they send brochures to my home to give to the Jewish people, these old Holocaust people. I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, well, the Jewish people have a lot of money.
A lot of money. They run everything.
They are financially stable in this country, in this world. And you got a nerve to send me a brochure asking me to fund some Jewish people. It will never happen.
Ma, let King chime in real fast.
Okay.
Well, no, I do agree with both of you guys. To look at it the way that Ty did, that is exactly what's going on. They're trying to relive the Bible or rewrite it
Yes.
in their own
With their own
image.
stamp on it.
Yeah, with their own image and likeness. You know,
Yeah.
and to send money there, you know, they just
It's crazy.
agreed to another package to send money to Israel and the Ukraine.
And
I
the
mean, we keep forgetting that all these wars are currently taking place. But the thing that, you know, what burns me more than anything is the propaganda that's behind it.
Yeah.
And the propaganda how Trump was this boogeyman and this bad guy. But nobody talks about how when he was the president,
No wars.
no wars. None at
wars.
all.
The borders were secure.
Pulled
no
us,
wars.
I mean, pulled us out of, you know, out of the wars
Made
that
China
we could
pay
have pulled
their
out.
way. Go ahead, King.
You know, and it's just this constant beating of Donald Trump, and then to
Yeah.
just hear, you know, just black people in general speak and call him a racist and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, you know,
Yeah.
we have we're so caught up in debauchery that
racism.
we haven't
We can't see.
that we can't see goodness right in front
All
of us.
you gotta do is
You
say
know,
racism.
It's
And
not
we
about
blind.
it's not about who the messenger is. It's about the message.
The message.
You know,
Well,
and the message
all
that
I say, Kingsley, and I'm gonna have to go because
ahead, Ma.
I'm a lady is sitting here waiting to go to coffee with me. I
Uh-oh.
didn't mention that today to you all, but I just my heart is saddened because it's blatantly racism right again before our eyes to this country of people. And I'm so upset with our government that we are funding money to these people, and we just have to pray. And I keep praying that a situation will change.
Thank you, Ma. Thank
Love
you,
you
Ma.
guys, and
Appreciate-
have
yeah.
a blessed week.
Thank
You
you,
do the
Carl.
same.
We appreciate you calling, Ma. Again, A2, Ma, order something to eat. You know, we haven't forgot about that.
Okay. Bye. Love you guys.
Yo, thank you,
But
King.
you
Go
know,
ahead, King.
I mean, she's right. The money that's being sent, and that's the thing that I really liked about Trump. His thing was, that has nothing to do with
It has
us.
nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. I'm not sending no money over there.
I'm not sending any
No money over
arms.
there,
I'm
no
not
arms,
sending.
no
I'm not
nothing.
sending a bullet. That's
sending
that's
nothing
your
over
problem. You deal with it.
Deal with
You
it.
know, and that's what I like. I don't
Yeah.
understand what was so wrong with the policies that were in place that these people have come and
Cut off
undid.
everything.
And then
Everything.
now, all the stuff that Biden and these Democrats have done. Again, the hypocrisy. I'm sorry, I gotta venture
one
off.
thing, talk about that.
Look, I'm gonna get to that. I gotta
Yeah.
venture off into something. You heard of the squad, right?
Yeah.
The Ilya Omar.
Yeah.
She's a Somali. She is a Muslim. She is a Democrat. She's bearing witness to the slaughter of other
Yeah.
Muslims, and I haven't heard a word out of her mouth or any of them people
But if you
from
mention Trump,
hold on,
well,
any
she'll
of them
say something.
people
Mention
from the
Trump to her.
squad.
Yeah.
Everything that they
Yeah.
claim that they stood on,
They ain't
they're
done
not
nothing.
standing on right now.
Nope.
And then when you put Trump into the mix,
There you
then
go.
this is where
There you go.
the deflection starts to take
Yeah.
place. You see the genocide. What they're proposing is a genocide of a
that
race
nation,
of people.
Of a race of people. Cut
Telling
it
me-
dry. They ready to go on the ground with boots.
Well, they're already on ground with
Yeah,
boots.
they said they've been on.
And
Thank you, King.
and they don't even care that there are other Israelis that are there that have families that have married with
yes,
the Palestinians. And
Yes.
you're talking about, again, they're commingling. You put something out there and tell them that, hey, or tell me that, you can stay here and be a second-class citizen or basically get out. No.
Did you like my analogy about how I put the Bible in?
Yeah, it's a holy war.
It's a holy war. but
It's
they
not
actually
the
trying to-
Crusades
yeah.
like what people want to think,
Yeah.
but it is a holy war.
yes.
And what they're proposing again,
Genocide.
it's a bully mentality.
Yeah.
I got guns and rocket ships, and you got rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's an unfair fight, and and again, they're telling us stuff. I see how those people came in there, but I don't believe what they tell me on the news, and I have good reason why I don't. How do we know that those people that flew in and killed those people weren't Israelis?
Yeah.
Why is it that you automatically go to that it was Hamas and this and that? I'm like, listen, those people for years would take credit for things that they don't do to make them to bolster themselves and make themselves look like something.
People scared to have this conversation though.
But
you can't talk about the Jews like that.
Well, I'm not talking about the Jews or anybody. I'm just talking about common sense. And I'm thinking about all the money that's being spent and shelled out to these places and how we are suffering here in America.
Has the black community jumped on board yet? You know we like to jump on planks.
Well,
you know we like to jump on planks. Have we jumped yet?
They've been on it.
Have we jumped already?
They've been on it. I mean,
they took me already. I don't even know more.
All you gotta do is go on social media. There's protests going across the country, on college campuses, because that's where they're gonna take place. It's the 50s, 60s, and 70s all over again.
Yes, I've seen they actually fighting on the campus.
I mean, if you do your history, it was wars going on, and then you had in America, you had protesting on the college campuses,
Some of the kids got killed.
Yeah, and then you had the hippie nation with all the drugs, the weed, the LSD, the acid, all that stuff.
Woodstock, all that.
Okay, and then you had all the artists that were out at that time promoting drugs and debauchery and things like that. You look at the artists that are out now, my booty hole brown and my pom pom pink.
It's crazy, all kinds of crazy stuff. Disrespectful everything.
These are women who are talking, that are rapping. Again, I know I'm jumping around, but to stay on your central point of the whole Israeli and the whole the thing of destroying a nation. This is how you do it. Yeah. You kill off the men, then you have the women and children. That first generation is going to remember their family. So they're going to kill them off. Hold on. They're going to kill them off and then breed with the women. Because, again, women are funny. They act like they're against some things. Until the conquerors, yes, you did.
You will consent to the conqueror.
You will.
You will
and they will start having
and live a life.
They will have seeds with them.
And start a new generation with the
Coco Chanel did that back in when the Nazis took the Jews and put them in concentration camps.
Again,
Coco Chanel.
King, again, I say, man, that that over here is a touchy situation when you speak about that. And then if you ain't on mainstream, hey, we can talk about it here. But if you was on FM,
because the money different.
FM, if you on television, you better not have nothing wrong to say or in this. What we just said,
the money different.
We might get if we was on ABC, CBS.
Well, Tom.
Yeah, we wouldn't be on that longer.
No, because
we wouldn't be on that too long.
Because we fund ourselves.
Yeah.
And when you get money from special interest groups, a la our government, I mean, just look at what's going on in the city of Baltimore.
Watch what you say.
These are special interest groups who have funneled money into Baltimore City to turn things the way that they want it, a la the bike lanes.
Mm-hmm.
It is the biggest thing because nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it.
Not even white people.
You cut up downtown.
Everywhere.
How could you make St. Paul and Charles Street a one-way during 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Rush hour, 4 or 5 o'clock.
You got one lane on all the streets downtown.
And then you
go down there, you in the traffic for about a half hour, 45 minutes?
No, you in there for about an hour.
About an hour, yeah, you get caught up.
Because the lines are long and then the people get impatient and then they start crossing over. So now you got gridlock because this one don't want to let that one pass.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't have an accident.
But it's just common sense policies, common sense laws. This is what's not taking place.
New website when you get a chance.
Yeah, this is what's not taking place. The common sense. You can't just let any and everybody into the damn country.
Thank you.
You just can't get into any
where your kids gonna work at.
You just can't. Thank you.
And the reason I said that is because I'm gonna give you the scenario, King. I'm gonna let you get the website.
Yeah, you can't get into each and every war. Let me give you all
this, King. Before you came out that when we worked together out that spot, it was the older white lady out there that worked with me. They hired their first foreign student on the cash register. This lady was so upset. And she was not upset for her.
No.
She was upset for us. She literally came to us and said, I said, what's wrong? What's going on? What's the problem? Y'all don't see what's going on? She said, y'all don't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have my job. I'm sorry to say it because I'm Caucasian. I'm going to have my job. But y'all don't see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They going to take y'all jobs. And if you go and you look at majority of the hospitals, who are the doctors? They took our doctors' jobs. Our children should be working on us, I believe, King. But if you go to majority of the spots, yeah, they took those jobs, King. She said it. They're going to take your jobs. King, give me the website real fast, King.
Sure. You got, we had WFBR 1590.weebly.com. That's WEEBLY. You can find us on YouTube and Rumble at K-Thought, Kaetho.
Still iHeartRadio, right?
Well, that's the podcast.
That's the podcast, okay.
Kaethought's. And then we have our podcast on Spotify, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and iHeartRadio.
Still on Rumble? Still on Rumble?
Yeah, I said that.
Still on Rumble, okay. Rumble, okay. Thank you, King. We do a lot of good other programs here at WFBR every week. We got a bunch of gospel shows, and they play great music, too. Brother Darren comes on after us. To Brother Sean Blue, hey, man, again, man, thank you, brother, for supporting us, man. And, we going to come by and get that meal this afternoon. We need lunch, brother. Our stomachs are growling right now. So we be by there to get that meal today, Brother Sean Blue. And to all other people that assist, man, thank you again, man. Donations are welcome, man. To keep this voice and this message going along, man. Some of the things that we talk about here on the Tyrone album, man, they are actual fact things that we are watching and seeing in the communities and on the world, man. We're talking worldly things, Mommy calling in from North Carolina, man, to express that she's heartfelt again about what's going on in, the world and this genocidal thing that we see right in front of our eyes being played out on the media, on television. If you want to see what's going on, just watch it. And every time they tell you, they're going to say Hamas. See? Yeah, they just shouted Hamas. Those folks, those people, King. Again, I say, King, man, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the city right now. 15 raids on the folks that are supposed to be protecting the communities. 15 raids. Actually, drug-type raids. They weren't just, they didn't go in there looking for computers and things like that. They went looking for drugs, guns, paraphernalia, and all type of things. This is what we have come to in our community, our city. Can you remember when Stephanie Rawlins Blake was in and they was having a lot of murder problem?
Mm-hmm. And
I'm going to tell you, this is when the city was given over to thugs. She was having a problem with and city councilmen. This whole city council with Brandon Scott at the time was
the city council president.
City council president. Instead of inviting pastors, clergy, members from the blocks that are seniors and that been living in that community for 40, 50 years down to find out how to solve this issue, they invited, listen to what I'm saying, the mayor, Brandon Scott and them, invited gang members down to City Hall to ask them to stop what they doing. You conceded your power right there. And y'all want to know what's going on right there? That's when all this got its total roots, King. Doing Stephanie Rawlins Blake and Brandon Scott as city council president. No clergy, no, what's the pastor, P.M. Scott?
Yes.
No P.M. Scotts, no P.M. Smiths, no New Shiloh Church, which is my family members, none of them, Cam, none of them. They invited, literally, gangsters to City Hall and said, can you stop doing what you're doing? So I said right there, that's where I said the city went south, King.
and then to say Brandon Scott, he gets the job later. And he enhanced it. He ran on transparency. That's what his number one goal, you know, transparency. And then turned around and hid everything. King, go ahead, King. I know you like to get in this situation and start right here.
Well, I mean, listen.
He hid everything, King.
Well, listen, the beginning of his problems came in when Marilyn
Mosby?
Yeah, when she got indicted. And, you know, I believe, again, this is just me, I believe that, you know, Nick Mosby, the husband of her, took exception to it. Because as the mayor, he felt that Brandon Scott could have did more, and the fact that all of them was playing musical chairs in City Hall.
Yeah,
you know,
Shannon Sneed back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
She's back. She's trying to get her spot back.
Well, why not? Everybody. You know, so, you know, they were playing musical chairs. I mean, literally, they just moved from seat to seat.
Yeah, people.
They never left office.
We didn't pay that any attention, which means there was no new or no
thoughts,
no new nothing,
anything that went in
there. Thank you,
was
King.
going on.
They're playing musical chairs down there. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, and we, like you said, we kind of fell by the wayside when Nick Mosby stopped supporting Brandon Scott.
Yeah.
That's when Brandon Scott's problems began, and it started. You started seeing where it started to fray around the BG&E thing.
Yeah.
It was the BG&E.
They didn't say anything to me.
Well, no, that's when he threw him under the bus, and
He didn't say anything to me, Ken.
and the whole time, you know, Brandon was calling him like, "Hey man, what's going on? You know we're gonna do this right. You know we're gonna do this right."
Yeah.
And then Nick at the last minute pulled that.
He didn't say anything to me. I don't know what you're talking
I
about. I
don't
just
know.
heard this right now.
I'm just hearing it the same as you.
I'm just hearing
Yeah,
it right
please
now.
elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate.
You
I
know,
don't know.
so at that point, Brandon Scott already knew that he didn't have the support that he wanted or he thought that he was gonna have. And then the next thing you know, he passes this BG&E thing by himself. No city hall, no vote, no anything.
See that? I got something to hit you with real fast.
Okay.
He did what?
He passed that thing or that agreement immediately
Without nobody's
with
nothing.
nobody's.
But yet this criminal thing that's coming up, he says, well, you know, I'm gonna have to let you know the citizens of Baltimore voted for it to go through like this and for it to
Of
be
course.
audited this way and everything.
Yeah.
But what did he do for BGE?
He immediately passed it. You see what I mean?
But he's
And-
not immediately dealing with a criminal situation that people are
it's-
calling
I mean,
for.
well,
It's
Ty,
not-
listen,
hey, man, it's
allegedly.
not me. This is just people calling for it.
Ty,
It
allegedly.
is what it is, man.
Ty, allegedly.
Allegedly?
Allegedly,
Yeah,
if you're not, you know, if I'm leading my crime syndicate, why would I pass any laws or do anything to stop what's going on? It's going to eventually
Working
lead
with
back to
our
me.
partners on the investigations and everything. and
Yeah,
we
but
work
he
with them.
again, he was blindsided by that FBI thing.
Yeah, he
I'm telling you that
blindsided. Yeah,
now
he
because if he knew, we wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just again my personal belief. Looking at how he's ran his administration and how this city has ran underneath his leadership.
So come find out too, King. We had a water situation a couple months ago, right? And
Yeah.
didn't you tell me again that we still drinking bad water again?
Oh, I'm sorry. For you guys who don't know.
No, yeah, go ahead. I wanted to bring that up. Go
In the
ahead.
Drew Hill Reservoir, that little lake thing around there, Ty, which is in our area, they found parasites in the water. Again, things that you're not gonna hear about. They're glossed over in the media. Fox 45 bring them out, but even they, I think, are brought to this point because they just bring it up slightly that one day, and then
Yeah.
after it runs, it's over. They're on to the next thing. Earlier in the summer, we had an issue with boiling water because they had doo-doo in the water.
Yeah.
I was gonna call it what it is.
Call it what it is. What we know. Ain't no feces. Call
It
it
was,
what we know in the community. Yeah. Go ahead.
And and instead of you giving, coming and showing a show of faith and coming and taking a sip of that water yourself, instead you put armed security around bottled water so people couldn't come get it or take it, and then put it back on the trucks and bust them back in for the next time you have a water crisis. These are the types of things that your mayor has done to the city of Baltimore, his citizens, and then turn around and tell you things like,
It's a national problem.
Oh, there you go. I'm
It's a
sorry.
national
I don't know
problem.
why you get me started, Ty.
It's a
With the
national
why
problem,
you
yeah.
want to get me started, Ty?
Matter of fact, we're
I'm
gonna
trying
ship
to be
that
easy.
bad water that was in that other state, ship it here to Baltimore.
We
Yeah,
already
yeah.
messed up.
We're gonna send it here.
But bring the bad water that y'all got in y'all spot.
And the bad water
And
he's
bring it
talking
here.
about is the water that came from Ohio
Yeah, the
that
bad
they
water.
dumped all that stuff in, and it was literally gasoline water.
Yeah.
They couldn't drink it or anything.
bring it here.
They pumped it all out, put it on trains, and shipped it to Baltimore for us to treat it here. And somehow or another, our elected officials, local governments,
Yeah.
thought that this was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're back to this national problem. This is what kills me about our national problem.
National problem.
It is a national lie because there is in Maryland, there are certain counties where the crime that they talking about doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Because because the police has been empowered.
To do
Okay, I
their
understand that the laws in Maryland say this, but here we enforcing it to the T.
Yeah,
They
right,
out of
right.
bounds, clip their wings immediately. They don't. There's a county in Maryland that is experiencing the lowest car theft rate. I think it's somewhere around 0.
You remember my bull analogy? I came out with a couple years ago about the bull. Now the bull got loose on Pennsylvania Avenue at the slaughterhouse.
Oh yeah.
Remember my
Yeah.
bull analogy? And I used the bull analogy with children. And the bull got loose several times at the slaughterhouse on Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, a big bull is running down Pennsylvania Avenue, you know what I mean? Up, down. If some adults didn't come in and stop that bull, that bull would have tore up some stuff, right? Think about what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing.
Adults gotta come in and stop these children. Or they gonna do what, King?
Destroy everything. Like what you presently see going on now.
Yeah, the
this
bullet now.
national problem that you say, or that they say, or Brandon Scott says exists, only exists in cities and cities and
that are run
counties
by who?
that are run by black politicians.
We're not against what? Go ahead, King. Go ahead, King. This is only the
There's
reality.
one-
It's only reality.
The local and state government is ran by black
Hey, what was
people
that lady?
who just happen to be Democrats, who happen to be pushing this progressive agenda forward.
What was the lady that got control of Chicago?
Who you talk about? The lady who looked like Splinter?
The black lady that got the job from Chicago. That ran Chicago pretty much every place where blacks were. They were killing in the 600s.
Oh, what's the mayor name? Oh my
Was it
God.
Bowser?
No. She's in DC.
Okay,
Yeah, she's in
okay.
DC.
But she finally out of there. They got rid of her.
Well, they out of the frying pan into the fire
I think she resigned or something.
No, she lost her election, but
Okay.
the guy that they brought in behind her is even more progressive
more
than
progressive
her.
than her.
Yeah, so it's even worse in Chicago now.
Yeah, they were down. Like, we were averaging 300. They was averaging 600 and 700 a year.
Yeah, but because
Blacks
of the size of the city or the state.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah, her. Yes.
yeah. What's her name?
Lori Lightfoot.
Yes, Miss Lori Lightfoot.
Yes, Lori Lightfoot. Yeah.
And everything is racist, and everything is this, and everything is that. That was an extremely confrontational woman, and I'm not saying it in jest. You can go look up some of their county meetings
Yes.
of her interacting with her colleagues and how she talked down to them and treated them. No, this is a very confrontational
They were
woman.
dying like crazy. Blacks were dying like crazy. See,
Well,
we put the King again. We say we put leaders in to save us or to help us go on to the next level.
Yeah, well, we dying all over the place.
Well, the way we dying.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, in
the next level.
every city, go to Florida. Oh my goodness.
King, it was another thing that happened. There was a young man that robbed a cop recently.
Oh,
He ended up getting killed.
I got you.
And literally, the rhetoric from Brandon Scott was that if someone had done something for that young man before he robbed a police, he would still be living.
Okay, so this is the backdrop.
I'm saying to myself, we need some true adults in there. Hey man, this little boy was a bad guy.
Well, here's the backdrop, Ty. He carjacked a police at gunpoint.
At gunpoint.
and ended up getting shot.
And ended up getting shot.
He ended up getting locked up because they caught him like 3 miles later.
Yeah, 3 miles later.
Yeah, because he
He know
shot.
what he was doing. Yeah, he was shot too.
You said state of confusion.
He was in a state of confusion. Go ahead.
Okay, so he went down. I don't know how long he was in jail, but apparently he was out because this happened in August.
Yeah.
The end of August.
And he got, yeah.
And he just died at the end of October.
Yeah.
And he died, ironically, because he carjacked a person at gunpoint. And they hit him up.
Hit him up.
And he crashed a few, miles or blocks later.
He got
crashed.
He tried to do something and got caught.
And
somebody
he
killed
died.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, what could you have done? He already made his choice.
Choices.
And even his parents couldn't keep him from doing that. Because if he carjacked a police officer and got shot, my question is, how did he even get out on the streets?
How did he get out on the street? But my thing is, Mr. Mayor never said anything far as the interview that I seen that day and recent other interviews, that, hey, man, we're so sorry for the officer. We're so sorry for the officer. We're so sorry for the other person.
He's not.
All he talked about was, we could have saved that young man.
Because he was trying to trying to change the narrative.
I don't know if I send condolences out to the people's family and everything, the young man that died and everything, but you're a bad guy at that level. We was all bait. You heard what I said? You're a bad guy at that level. Then if you did the police, we all were bait in his community. But he came from a what? Black community? He came from a black community, right?
Well,
so they all was bait in his community, right? And you said, you wanted to save him so he could make me bait.
Well, Todd, this is why this Second Amendment is so important, the right to bear arms. And all of you people who keep voting for these people who are taking your rights. See, I want you to understand something. The criminals, I don't know if y'all really paying attention. The kind of guns that they have.
Man. The children.
You're not going to get a chance to call the police to get any kind of help.
No, so
I'm just, hold on, Todd, let me get this off my chest. Yo, they are riding around with machine guns, bro.
We know that. We know that.
No, I don't think that they.
Guns, they got machine guns, they got the short, they got the put together.
I don't think that they are really understanding this, Todd. We need to get this point out because they are attacking citizens who are just carrying the pews, the little handguns, the little couple automatics. You are cracking down on the wrong people. But again, we have to wait until January when they come back in session.
Again, I say it was a young lady in Canton somewhere going home. 2 little boys ran up on her, choked her, beat her down.
Yeah.
They caught him. They jumped in the car. Again, I say, there's a certain thing about putting work in before you do crime. You knew what you was gonna do. You knew what you had to do. You knew you had to chase the car, run the car, whatever. They jump in a car with a stick. They don't know how to drive a stick. Babe, they doing this. Police runs right up on them, locks them up. They was out in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
They just ran up on a white girl, black girl, any woman.
Assaulted them.
Beat her down.
Assaulted.
It's on camera.
Robbery.
It's on camera. Attempted murder.
Murder.
And they out already. They was out within 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you see, Brandon Scott, and this is what I mean by being disingenuous. I could call you a liar, but I let everybody else do that.
These kids
disingenuous, because these are the laws that you support. And you sitting here talk about that there's something that needs to be done.
You supported it.
Stop double talking. Stop with the forked tongue.
Yeah.
Stop saying that, you know what, so we could have saved this young man. No, we couldn't. We can't save him. We can't save them when the name of the department that they go to is juvenile justice.
You remember this, King? When Marilyn was doing her jaws and she was talking about, I'm no longer going to be arresting people and locking up people for little petty crimes and stuff like this. She said petty crimes.
Well, all of the lawyers...
It's not a petty crime in my community, miss. This is going on consistently.
All the state's attorneys, all the mayors, like I said, all the local governments and city government, these people are in these communities, are black, they are running them, these are the things that they're doing. Yeah. Our community is exactly the way that it is because black people made it like this.
Yeah.
Okay? The ones that live in the communities and the ones that create the laws for the communities.
That's right. Good call, King. We always talk about that. It seemed like the Tyrone hour
it's hard on women, black women, and the black
Well,
community.
yeah, because I'm black and I don't know.
Black and I'm looking at what's in my damn community. Excuse
You know,
my language.
I
I'm
mean,
black and I'm on AM.
Again,
See, hold up now. I'm on AM.
I'm
that
on it.
means that I'm on boots in the street for real.
Boots in the streets for
What
real.
we take that for? AM are the people who really live in the communities.
Yes, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
do at the Tyrone Hour we get a little passionate about things? Yeah, because we actually out here.
We actually out here
You
watching
know?
what you always say, the debauchery.
You know, and I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these intellectual elites. These intellectual elites talking down to us because they think that we don't understand stuff. If you think I'm playing, just look at these podcasts that are out here and look at the lengths that they go to try to explain every little thing to you. Like
I heard something last night on one of them, man.
I was offended.
I'm saying this just don't make sense. This is a see. Actually, the podcast stuff to me opened the door for a lot of idiocracy behavior.
I agree.
Remember when back in the early
a lot
days,
of court gestures.
back in the days, they used to say opinions are like buttholes.
Everybody
got one.
No.
All right, remember that line? So now the opinions from those basements and those buttholes can be actually put right out on mainstream. And some of these black people with these podcasts and these young men who got money and who are elites, the stuff that y'all are talking about to our young children and to the society don't make damn sense at all to me, King. You're just trying to sound like you're slick, you're tough, or you're hard. You're down or something. Being down is actually nurturing your community. And the people looking up to you in the community and respecting you as a person in that community. Even, you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Let me say this like this. Some of our biggest drug dealers that did come of his community, one of some of the most respected men in the community. They took care of the communities. They might have done their things, but they made sure that some order was attached to what was going on. King, again I say, they called us kingpins. How? Kingpins the dummies now. You know what I'm saying now? Kingpins, the word was kingpins. Now the children call themselves dummies.
Well, they call themselves
that might be a
demons.
good book to write there, y'all.
They call themselves
Kingpins and
demons.
dummies.
Yeah, they call themselves demon, and when they get on demon time, that means that any and everybody can get it,
And that's
any and
why I
everybody
said before,
goes.
when you think and start talking like that, that's why you need a daggone government, almost like you need an Israeli government to run through here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Almost like you need an Israeli
Yeah.
government
Oh, you a
to run
demon,
through
huh?
our community.
You a
You a
demon,
demon,
huh?
huh? Okay,
I
well,
got
you
you.
know I'm running on God's word.
Yeah, let me see.
See, you a demon, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm running on God's word.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm-
Hey, so I tied
Yeah.
that Israel to that. Hey,
Yeah.
King, again, I'm going to say, King, it's time for my public service
Sorry,
announcement.
yeah.
All right, King, I'm just being honest, King. Guy almost came up to my car the other day, but I had a look on my face. You get me, King?
No, I understand.
That look meant what? Stay the hell away. What? Stay the hell away, man. But anyway, to all patrons coming into Maryland, again, King, I say, from top of Hagerstown, and if you go down to the Port Deposit is good territory. Now, I know they're not squeezing down there, King. They're not squeezing Port Deposit. But anyway, if you run up on them, do not give them any eye contact. If you roll your phone down, if you roll your window down and give them the phone, King, whatever happens, happen. Ain't that what we say here at the Tyrone Hour?
Yeah.
You deserved it. You rolled your phone down to a stranger on the highway or on a crosswalk or whatever. But anyway, if it gets ugly, proceed through the light with caution. This is our weekly wild squeegee alert. We said here at the Tyrone and Kingsley, the reason why we say it is because we believe that children and women are not on the market to be beat or brutalized. And that's what we witnessed. There were women and children in these vehicles while these so-called squeegee collaborative, what were they, enterprise, corporation, were beating up entrepreneurs were beating up women, children, and men for dirty change. And black people supported it as though they were making money, and they was, I mean, literally, I had a girl last night tell me that, but, you know, Newt, you gotta understand, if they had did it another way, the city could have made money. I said, stop it. I said, stop it, please. There was no other way.
You cannot make no sense out of a children getting changed from people telling me that they're gonna make it. You know, that's not gonna work. They're not. No, stop it, King. That's our weekly wild squeegee alert thing, King. Thank you, man. And I'm gonna bring up that Negro now for all the people again. Won't you research it? There's a Negro Mountain. It has a sign up there and everything. Again, King. Thank you, man. Haven't heard anything from Vita and them, King. Is everything all right? Everything all right with them?
You know, it's early morning.
Early morning, can't get up, huh? Can't get up, Vita. I'm gonna let King gonna tell you I'm talking about you, Vita.
You know
what I mean?
They probably just going to sleep right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm talking about you. Yeah, we haven't heard from you in a while. But anyway, again, King, I say, man, school's coming up. It's gonna get cold. Some of the schools don't have heat. I thought that was infrastructure money that came. What is infrastructure to Brandon Scott? Charities or building up the community's homes, roads, towns? Ain't that what that money was supposed to have been? Because technically we do know that infrastructure-wise, city-wise, we are behind the world, what, 20 years?
Uh-huh.
We're behind the world is so modernized, but our place looks so old. That's what the money was given. He gave all the money to charity. They called for an instant shutdown of safe streets. Well, they just infused them with another $3.something million.
3.6 million. I wanted to talk about that one too.
Even though, again, you know how I feel about that, King, but even though, people are saying that might be a criminal organization and everything, and you can't talk to nobody and things of that nature. Bill Henry said that, well, we had the guns-based task force and we couldn't defund the police because of a couple bad apples. So, wow, this is back to what we said when Brandon said, hey, we only doing what the people voted in. The people voted in Bill Henry, too. Bill Henry been playing musical chairs downtown, too. They try to make it seem like he's so honest and great, King. Bill Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to bring him up, too, King, because he's so honest. But Bill Henry been playing musical chairs downtown, too.
All of them.
All of them.
Look at the lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
No, he's not the lieutenant governor now.
You don't know what he is now. What position he got
No.
now?
I'm trying to think of what Anthony Brown is right now. What
He's
position?
he's
a comptroller or
He's the
something like
state's attorney of the state, something like that.
Right. He's
Like
like
Ivan
a-
Bates, but he's the
Yeah, like
federal guy.
the state
State's attorney. The
State's attorney.
State's attorney.
Yeah, but there's
Secretary
an
of
official.
State, something like that. I forgot.
He got an official title.
Yeah.
But I bring that up because he was also what? The lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at these people just playing musical chairs.
And nothing is getting fixed.
Well, no, because the same ideology is still around. Mayor's Attorney General.
Mayor
That's what
Attorney
it is.
General.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for. So you go, I'm like, so you still making laws, you still in that position of influence. So before a person goes and do anything, guess who office they going?
You. They got to come to you.
Hey man, what do you think about the gatekeepers?
They're gatekeepers.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the Jill Carters, the what's her name, Adrian Jones.
Yeah.
There's another one out there, the Westmoores. I'm like, you people. You people.
Are the gatekeepers of the black community.
No, you people are the ones that are destroying the black communities.
Yeah, tear the
because of
gates
your
down.
policies that you're putting in place that is allowing debauchery to just take place. And there's this lawlessness. And then all you have is talk and rhetoric. And then to come out and say, well, at least you was honest. We're not going to deal with this till January when we get back. I'm on
It was
vacation.
another snatch and grab situation, a one-day outfit day. You see
Well,
that?
that's all the
Y'all
times
see
it's
that
going
again?
on.
Another snatch and grab, John. You know what I mean?
Well, this is why when you go into Walmart, they got underwear under lock and key.
Yeah, man.
So you literally have to find somebody to shop
So
in
what
these
if
stores
one of
now.
those? What if? Now let me give y'all another racist scenario that would happen. Say one of the security guards are white, and all these people come in and start snatching, grab. He actually shoots one of these people because in actuality, I believe he should be shot. You gotta be something. Gotta be happening to you now. This is going too frequent now. Something has to happen to one of those people who runs in and steal those clothes. Something has to happen for it to slow down and stop.
Well,
One of them have to be either hurt, because it seems like they didn't
let
get
me
locked
tell
up
you
for it.
something. Ever since Freddie Gray, the whole thing of just smash and grab has gone buck wild all over the country. It started here.
King, they smash and grab scratch off lottery tickets.
It started.
And thought they was gonna scratch him, baby, during the ride, and then go cash him in. The Minister Farrakhan always said that he says that when you see a lot of black people locked up, they locked up for one reason.
Stupidity.
He said we don't know how to commit crime. That's why they got two different types of crime. They got white collar, black collar.
And black collar. I mean, blue collar.
Blue collar, what is it? White collar, blue collar.
Blue collar, yeah.
And usually white collar is what blacks do, right? Dumb,
No,
stupid.
blue collar.
Blue collar is what we do.
Yeah.
Dumb, stupid crime.
See, white collar, you get to go to the country club.
You get to go to the country club.
That's the jail you go to because you embezzle millions
You
of dollars.
embezzle $1 million. You
Yeah.
got to rob a bike. You
Yeah.
got to get something. So
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So the minister said this years ago. He said, no. He said, you blacks locked up for one reason. You're righteous people. You ain't supposed to be doing wrong. You're supposed to live, be community people, and take care of your community and your family.
Yeah, supposed to.
He said, that's why you're locked up like you are. Because you don't know how to commit crime, King. The minister said it a long time ago, and I remember that, and I wanted to bring that up.
We don't, and then we got politicians like Brandon Scott that comes on TV and tell you that it's a nationwide problem, knowing good and well that it's
You
not.
have to deal with your problems, sir.
It's not. If it was a nationwide problem, then every facet, every county in Maryland will be going through it. But only the counties who have adopted your principles of government. Those are the only ones, those are the only counties that are going through it. I say that, Ty, because I come from Montgomery County. I remember coming up
You
that...
didn't play in there. You didn't
What?
play in Montgomery County.
Montgomery County, you couldn't drive...
You didn't really want to sell drugs in those counties.
You didn't
because
want to
you got
drive
a
it.
lot of time.
You didn't even want to drive it through it.
You didn't want to drive through those
Sell it.
counties.
You didn't want to drive through
Yes.
with it. Yo, now, Montgomery
Yeah.
County is an open market.
Oh, King, let me talk about this, King. Let me bring this up, King.
Yeah?
There's a school somewhere, I think it was in Virginia. The students OD'd. A couple students OD'd off of fentanyl. They calling for the principal to resign.
Why?
Why?
What did he do?
What did he do? They getting high, they gonna get high. They literally on television right now, he should resign for them getting high.
Oh
What?
my God.
No, what we did was weeded out some bad apples.
Ty, I'm gonna go back to what
You
you
heard
said.
what you said? What we did was finally weeded out the bad apples in the school.
Hold on, Ty. I'm gonna go over what you said. Remember a couple of months back, he was like, I wish somebody would give me something talking about revive them with Narcan.
Yeah. Revived him with Narcan. I'm not touching you. I told you before. The principal probably felt the same way. They said that the children's OD'd off of fentanyl. And if I was the principal, I'd be like, I ain't touching them. You're the principal. Call 911. The chemicals in this, they said a pinch of it could kill 6 horses. And you asking me why ain't I touching? Well, you're the principal. I'm not touching him.
I'm laughing not because the young man
I'm not
died or
touching
whatever.
him.
I'm laughing because the whole thing is comical to me.
Weeded out, that school actually weeded out the drug dealer in the school
And the drug user.
and the drug users.
And what's so funny about it to me is that
There was a service done that they didn't have to do.
I was asked that question about waking somebody up from the Narcan, and I said exactly what Ty said, and they looked at me like I stepped off the Starship
Yes.
Enterprise. They
I'm
was
not
like,
touching them.
I said, no, I'm
I
not
don't have
touching
Narcan. And you ain't gonna arrest me because I don't have Narcan and he got high and died.
I'm
They
like-
literally got a law now. If you don't go over there and help him,
You committed murder.
you committed the murder. You can get charged for him getting high for 35 years straight every day. We know him. We know people like that, right? We do know
Yeah,
people like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I'm gonna get locked up for him now.
Well, no.
See the insanity?
Well, listen, these are the
This is
policies.
crazy, King.
I'm going back to the policies that
You get high? Yeah.
the local government and cities are hiring
They-
to govern us.
They
These are the
literally
rules.
came to the citizen that don't get high and told him if you don't save the person that's getting high and killing himself, you gonna get in trouble.
The only thing that I'm happy
That's
about.
insanity.
Hold on, Ty. The only thing that
Wow.
I'm happy about is last week I said something about, listen, and where I come from, women and children get it too. Your kids, you get out of line, fire coming out of them. Hold on, Ty.
Yeah.
And I came to, you know what, Kings? You right. He's like, I feel the same way. And I'm like, oh, people are getting tired of being victims of nonsense.
Of nonsense. People are
Yeah,
tired.
tired of my car being stolen.
Yes.
Tired of you busting my window.
Yes.
Tired of you just coming in my house stealing my stuff while I'm at work. What is wrong with you? They stole my pipes.
Literally, Mo, the man should be resigned for somebody getting high and killing themselves. Now,
I'm trying to figure out what he did.
what did he do?
He was at his job.
What did he do?
He was administering to the school, and some children decided that they wanted to take a leap of faith. Because this whole thing with fentanyl and dope and coke is not new.
Yeah, it's not new.
The whole opioid epidemic is not new. We knew when Rush Limbaugh had a $10,000 a day habit that these opioids that's where the money was. We knew it. And they know it.
King, I say, man,
They know it, Ty. So no, I'm not going for that. That man didn't do nothing wrong.
They coming at this. You and Gene, and we talked about it before about the gun situation, that having a gun, if you're legal, you in trouble. With the gun, you can't take it here, you can't take it there.
Yeah.
Now, you can't take your gun, but they want you to take Narcan everywhere.
No.
You hear me?
Or get charged for
They
it.
They don't want you to take your gun, but they want you to take Narcan everywhere.
Okay.
All right? I'm not taking Narcan everywhere. You're in trouble.
Picture
all right?
that.
You're in trouble. Yeah, with me they call it. It was such game called Russian roulette.
That's exactly what they
Such
doing.
game called Russian roulette.
Don't play it with me,
And
because you
don't
gonna
play
lose.
it with me, because you gonna lose, dog. I ain't coming out to save you. You're on your own. You've been getting high for 20 years. Keep going.
I don't
You know
care
what
if it's
mean?
your first
The
time.
ones that want to come out here at the Tyrone album, y'all know how we feel about that. We are got open arms for you when you want to come out of that mist.
Yes.
Yeah, come out of that mist
Of confusion.
of confusion and everything. King, thank you, man. We had a good show. We got about 3 minutes left, King, but I'm glad we touched up on that situation about legal people being held accountable for bad people now.
Yeah.
City of assailants. King, you said something before, though, you know what I mean? That, man, wait, man, as long as you're doing bad things here, you okay.
I said that, didn't I?
You said that as long as you're doing bad things here in Maryland, you okay. I mean, you actually can get out. You literally can send your kid out, rob a bank, and come home with the money.
Well,
and if he get locked up, he might be right back out, even if he rob a bank now.
Let me just jump in real quick what you just
Go
said
ahead.
about that, about the Carver incident with the parents and the kids. You see what happened,
They
right?
locked their tails up.
But you see what happened, right? The parent egged the kid on.
Yes, they locked
the
the parents
kid
up.
goes and pistol whip three
Pistol
kids.
whip.
And then he feeling like he in charge. He go up against them who got it. Now the question that I had, see, everybody got caught up in everything else, but they missed a big part. When he went to that second child to do something to him, that kid already had a gun on him.
Yeah. Shorty, you ain't gonna do this to me. I see what you and your mother and father did to him. You ain't gonna do this to me.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he whipped out and they banged on each other.
They banged,
But
yeah.
dude already had a gun on him. So the question is, why did yo already have a gun on him at Carver?
In school.
At Carver
Again,
at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Why is there no metal detectors at the school? You know what I mean? Why is there no metal detectors at the school, King? It's a
Well,
must.
remember they wanted to do restorative practice.
Ah, damn it.
So they took the metal detectors out because they wanted to tell them, hey, you guys, you know you shouldn't have did this. This is restorative practice. Come on.
Come on.
This was black people who did that.
Yeah. God damn it. No police in the school with the guns, nothing.
Well, because if the police had